The MTA says fare and toll evasion is at a crisis.
Do you know that last year the Metropolitan Transportation Authority lost more than $700 million due to fare and toll evasion, which were supposed to be just petty crimes?
At this point, the agency says it cost the city nearly $700 million last year.
Imagine commuting on the NYC subway and not realizing that every jump over the turnstile, every sneaky slide through the gates without paying is chipping away at the city's financial stability.
We're of some place that's got it perfectly right. We are learning together with the rest of the world.
In this video, we're diving into how this surge in evasion post-COVID could dig deep into all New Yorkers' wallets. Welcome back to our channel. If you're concerned about your city and your pocket, you're in the right place. Before the pandemic, fare evasion was a concern, but the scale we're seeing today is unprecedented.
We still have a safe station. We still have the ability to provide adequate egress within the station.
Subway ridership has recently recovered to around 4 million passengers daily, yet this figure remains over 1 million less than the levels seen before the pandemic. Additionally, the agency estimates an annual loss of $500 million due to fare evasion.
We rebounded to about 4 million riders a day, but that is still more than 1 million fewer than pre-pandemic. And the agency also estimates they're losing $500 million a year to fare evasion.
This week, the Citizens Budget Commission issued a warning stating that in 2023, the MTA probably faced losses exceeding $700 million due to fare evasion on its transit system and toll evasion at bridges and tunnels.
Hikes going into effect today at MTA bridges and tunnels.
This isn't just about lost dollars. It's about what these losses mean for every New Yorker. Anna Champany, the Vice President of Research for the Commission, mentioned that since 2020, the yearly losses from fare and toll evasion have surged by approximately $400 million. She cautioned that with the actual number of fare-paying riders falling short of the MTA's expectations, transit authorities and state legislators might consider increasing fares, tolls, and taxes. Due to this reason, there was no revenue, which increased the potential for fare hikes and increased tax. The Citizens Budget Commission has raised alarms, indicating that the impact could ripple through the city's budget, potentially leading to fare hikes and increased taxes. As we navigate through this financial turmoil, understanding the role of oversight bodies like the Citizens Budget Commission has never been more critical. The $700 million loss attributed to fare and toll evasion represents a significant financial challenge for transit authorities, particularly in an era when public transportation systems are already grappling with the repercussions of the pandemic. The proposed fare adjustments include setting the standard fare for both subways and buses at $2.90, marking a 15-cent hike. The price for a single ride ticket will rise to $3.25, and the monthly unlimited pass will see a $1.05 increase, bringing it to $132.
Commuters can now expect to pay $2.90 for a ride on the New York City subways. This is a 15-cent bump and marks the first fare hike since 2019 and the first increase in the base subway and bus fare since 2015.
Moreover, the $700 million loss could lead to budgetary reallocations within the Transit Authority, potentially reducing funds available for crucial public services such as maintenance, safety enhancements, and service frequency. In a bid to cover the shortfall, transit systems might defer essential upgrades or expansions, impacting the overall quality and reliability of the service. According to the report, the NYPD resolved almost 25% of 311 parking permit complaints in 20 minutes or less, and no formal measures were pursued for half of all reported incidents. MTA officials said only one major crime has been reported in Grand Central Madison since it opened to the public in January 2023. The consumer will eventually pay everything that costs to maintain the subway and its safety, or you can say subway users, and especially those law-abiding citizens. As Anna Champagny said, ultimately, someone is having to pay the cost. And for those riders and drivers who are continuing to do the right thing and pay their fares and pay their tolls, they may ultimately have to bear a larger cost. The Metropolitan Transportation Authority faced profound losses in its operating budget, with revenue shortfalls reaching nearly $700 million in 2022. This deficit includes $315 million from bus fares, $285 million from subway fares, $46 million from bridge and tunnel tolls, and $44 million from railroad fares. Fares and tolls are critical to the MTA's annual budget, contributing almost $7 billion each year. However, every dollar lost to fare evasion undermines the MTA's financial health, jeopardizes the provision of dependable transportation for New Yorkers, and necessitates the exploration of additional revenue streams. This may result in larger increases in fares and tolls to compensate for the lost revenue. Ensuring that fares and tolls are paid is essential for the financial health of the region's public transportation agencies, which depend on this revenue to offer reliable, high-quality, and affordable transit options. However, an increasing issue impacting revenue is license plate fraud, as toll evasion tactics grow more bold and sophisticated.
Were tampered with. The 8 was made to look like a 3. So now both license plates were reading KZX3321, meaning Roses was being charged for tolls and tickets he didn't amass. And within a span of 6 months, Roses says he racked up an extra $400 to $500 in extra toll charges because of all of this, which he says he disputed.
Monday of this week, somebody from the MTA reached out to me and was very apologetic of how they handled everything, and they were telling me that we have finally canceled the account. You won't get billed any further.
This trend poses a significant threat to the financial viability of the Central Business District tolling program, also known as congestion pricing, which is scheduled to start in June 2024. The revenue generated from congestion pricing is vital for the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, as it is expected to contribute over a quarter of the funding for the MTA's 2020 to 2024 capital program. This funding is earmarked for a wide range of capital projects aimed at modernizing and maintaining the transit system in a state of good repair. But there is still major support for congestion pricing, which aims to reduce gridlock in Manhattan by as much as 20% and fund $15 billion worth of MTA construction projects. Governor Kathy Hochul has instructed the MTA to reconsider a proposal that reportedly demanded New York City Marathon organizers pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to compensate for toll revenue losses.
Governor Hochul is clapping back on behalf of thousands of New York City marathon runners after the MTA demanded that event organizers foot a $750,000 bill for toll revenue lost during November's race. In an interview with the New York Post, Hochul said she directed the MTA to revert to its original deal, which requires New York road runners to pay $150,000 towards security and staffing on the Verrazano Bridge. The Post says she also encouraged the nonprofit to try generating ad revenue.
Hochul said in a statement, "The marathon is an iconic symbol of New York City's tenacity and resilience that unites communities across the 5 boroughs each fall. I've directed the MTA to fix this mess and allow the marathon to move forward as it always has." Last week, Mayor Eric Adams declared his intention to deploy an additional 800 police officers to public transit systems to intensify the crackdown on fare evasion. Lawyers for the MTA and Federal Highway Administration countered that the plan would reduce traffic and not harm any part of New Jersey. According to a report released by the city's independent budget office on Thursday, New York City has the potential to provide free transit fares to over 760,000 low-income seniors and individuals with disabilities at an annual cost of $67 million. Everyone is trying to show that they care about the public. Political figures, including Mayor Eric Adams and Assembly Speaker Carl Heastie, have voiced their stances, highlighting a divide on how best to tackle fare evasion while respecting citizens' rights and needs. The negligence and no maintenance, including less law enforcement, led the situation to the worst times, where the citizens had to pay the taxes from their own pockets. As Anna Champagney said, someone has to pay the price. Even though Mayor Adams is now trying to increase enforcement to stop toll evasion, do you think it's too late for common people? Some of the people expressed how they feel about the fare hikes. A New Yorker expressed to ABC News that she understands the whole situation.
But you're not going to pay it?
No, because I can't afford it. I'm sorry.
But she would not pay for it because she could not afford it. Another man said, everything is a business, they're going to make their money one way or the other way. But later, when he was asked if he would pay for it, he replied, no. The MTA should communicate the importance of fare and toll payments to the general public. Better support for low-income New Yorkers who need help paying transit fares. The report recommends exploring new technologies and changes to the physical entry experience that will make payment easier and evasion harder. Stay informed, engage in public discourse, and support measures that ensure fair use of our city's transportation resources. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insights into the challenges facing New York City. Also, do like and comment on what you can do to make a difference.